fact, Illinois, which was one of the last states to ratify the federal ERA, has had a state ERA for decades. And we still have single-sex restrooms. We still have single-sex prisons. We still have battered women's shelters. So a lot of the concern, I think, about the impact of the Equal Rights Amendment is very overblown. Also, in terms of the impact on things like restrooms. The other thing I'll note is that the issue about access to bathrooms already exists. The Equal Rights Amendment actually won't change that issue very dramatically because it already exists under current law. So as long as our laws continue to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, which they do, they prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex in education, they prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex in employment. As long as those laws exist and prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, courts are going to be working out these issues about access to bathrooms. That's how the Supreme Court decided the issue just a couple of years ago in concluding that the protection against discrimination on the basis of sex in Title VII does encompass discrimination on the basis of sexual identity and sexual orientation. So we're in a growing pains moment on this issue, I think, as people are adjusting to the idea that there are human beings who don't fall as neatly into the categories of male and female that we have always had. I think that's been an unsettling fact for some people in our culture, and it's something that we will all be adjusting to. But I think to say that issue, which obviously we are all working through in our culture, is a reason to say, no, we should be able to discriminate on the basis of sex. I just don't think that holds up. We all agree, I think, the vast majority of Americans agree that there shouldn't be discrimination on the basis of sex. So let's recognize that in our Constitution, and we'll continue to work through exactly how that issue plays out in specific contexts, just like we do with every other constitutional right.